Hey, what's happening, people? It's Will again. Now, this is just a wee video to stick up for game in the UK. I've seen a lot of hate and a lot of videos kind of getting stuff wrong about what they're doing just now. And through a couple of sources, I've managed to understand what they're doing. Now, anybody knows that I worked in the game industry. I left when game had a bit of problems, but I never regretted it. A couple of us did understand what was happening. We had a few ideas what went wrong, but I won't go into this video. But I'm happy they're still here, but a lot of people don't seem to think that. Now, and a lot of the issues stem from just now about game charging for people to use the PlayStation VR. Now, this is something that I don't think people get, okay? And I wanted to do a wee bit of research before I made the video to get my points about why it's a good thing and why game are trying to change with the time. Now, if you take some of the competitions I've seen in game the last while, especially my store, the one I go to, doing things like if you can get the fastest goal in FIFA or the fastest lap in Forza, they started trying to do new ways of doing things where you can win a free game or get money off. And the way like the PlayStation VR is working is, say you wanted to go in and I want one, but say I wanted to try it before I buy it. Now, think about how much these units cost and how many of the units you can get, especially leading up to Christmas. They need to have overheads. Now, people go on about go to Tesco, you can go to Morrison's, you can get the game cheaper. Yes, you can get that game cheaper, but what else do they sell to cover the cost? Whereas game don't. They are purely a game shop. And I don't think people understand the concept between that two. There is a lot of arguments, and I will totally agree with some of the other shops. It depends what type of staff you get, and do they know their stuff, or they just, nah, they don't know, are they a gamer, and it's like talking to a brick wall. I've seen that all before. I've had that experience in different shops. I get what you mean, and that can put people off. And there's a couple of videos I've seen why this is such a bad thing, but again, thankfully I've got a bit of help in like getting the research done. If you wanted to try before you buy it, okay, and you've got other like small shops doing this with like an Oculus or the HTC Vive or whatever it's called again, they're doing the exact same thing, charging people to try out VR, which is the rage just now. It's took over 3D, thankfully, because 3D was a fucking horrible gimmick. But that's the rage just now. So, whereas these shops will charge you to try it, game are doing the exact same thing. But also, if you were buying it that day, the money you spent, if it's the £5 or the £15, fair enough, I do agree, £15 a bit steep, but the £5 then comes off the purchase of that headset. Now, I do think it's a good idea for letting people to try this. Game are trying to re-establish why they were the main people to buy games from, and they do have a lot of go up against with the likes of Amazon and the Tesco's of this world. Me, I still buy from the shop. It's one of these things I've still enjoyed, and but again, it's the experience I had in that shop. The staff there know their stuff. The online stuff, where you see a lot of the people moaning, I'm not getting into that. I don't think people know that's a separate brand. And the sad thing is, I had to unlike the Facebook page because of the amount of fucking hate they get. Some of it's deserving, some of it's not, if they mess your order. But I'm talking about the in-shops, and especially this the VR headset, where people are really taking them to task about this. How can they do this? Well, other shops do this, so why not moan about them? It seems to be Game is kind of like the whipping boy just now with a lot of things because of the prices and things like that. But like I said, people don't understand the overheads Game has compared to the overheads, say, Tesco has. Whereas they can afford to lose a tenner and make a tenner somewhere else in like milk. That's the difference between this. And I think it is a good idea to try before you buy. And if you're buying it, you're getting that £5 off. Now, if you used to go to like the arcades, you'd spend, actually even better, I went to Alton Towers with the school, and I spent £10 to try a VR headset at the time. So if they're giving back the £5 after you use it, and then you're wanting to buy one, do you know what I mean? You've won back your £5 basically. I don't get why the hate. Maybe some people haven't understood the way they're coming across it, or other things. It's weird. I feel sorry for the company. The company, when I worked for them, were good to me. Especially the shop I worked for. It's still the same shop I buy in. I do have a bit of biased feelings when it comes to the shop and the company. Again, though, there are certain aspects I will agree with people, but you've got to understand that they're a company trying to like get back in to win people back, and like doing competitions where you win a free game, they'll write off a game and give it to you, which I think is a great idea. When I worked for them, we never done that. At the same time, we never had a lot to worry about until the final year I was there, and the shit hit the fan. But the 5 years I was there, that never happened. I don't remember anybody getting a free game for like the fastest goal, or even money off if you got the fastest goal. This is like new stuff they're doing, and it's really good to bring like the customers in, and to do it with the PlayStation VR headset. I think it's a great idea, especially if they're also taking the £5 off with the headset if you're purchasing, which 9 times out of 10 you will. But if you want to try it, at least then you've tried it. And it's the same with the other shops across the border who are doing the exact same thing, but nobody moans about them. So it's just to let you know, because I think there's a few videos out there that's not really explained what they're doing. It's just they're charging you to try this headset and how it's atrocious, how they can do this, blah 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 blah. Thankfully, I wanted to look into it before I made this video, and they are doing it by, yes, a business point of view, but also if you're purchasing that, you're getting that £5 back off. But they don't talk about the other things like they do, like so the fastest goal, stuff like that. The Fallout midnight launch I went to, and funnily enough I got roped into helping last year, which made my night. I still miss some of the nights there. But the stuff the shop I helped gave away, like, so they gave away Fallout 3 games, the old lunch boxes you got with it, stuff that in Amazon sell for at least £100. easy. They were giving them away. People seem to forget some of the stuff they're doing, likes of that, and focus on the negative, because they clash the experience they had with the online side, which I do agree that needs fixed. That needs fixed. But still support your local game store. Still support them, because when that's gone, what are we going to do for, like, say, the little exclusives we like to get? Like, the extra things, like, say, the posters. I know that sounds stupid, but what are you going to have left? So, it's just to let you know what they were doing. I looked into it, and I do think some of the negative hate towards it is not really justified. Again, it depends how it is explained from the shop. If you've got somebody explaining it, it really fucks it up. Fair, okay. But that's their intention, and they still try to look out for everybody. I'm happy with game. They've done me right for the last God knows how many years since I've been buying from them, which is a long time. So that's all it is. I've just seen a couple of videos, and I just want to address what it was they're trying to do and what I found out. And I just want to put my 2 cents in. So that's another little quick video on the news, especially from game. And I'll catch you in the next video.